Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my April bullet journal setup. I am very excited about this video because this setup is one of my favorites so far. The theme I'm going with is based off of the fairy stickers from the new Archer and Olive spring collection, as well as some of their new brush markers. I didn't really want a full-on fairy theme since I've done that in my reading journal, so I just rummaged through my stationery and grabbed anything that matched the stickers, mostly blue stuff because that's what I was kind of going for. In the end, I'm extremely happy with the way this turned out. Almost everything I'm using for this setup is from Archer and Olive. I pretty much purchased one of everything from their spring line, so most of the washi tape, stickers, markers, and paint pens are from Archer and Olive. The craft paper I'm using is all leftover scraps from other projects, but it's originally also from Archer and Olive. It's one of their notepads. The cloud photos are part of a sticker set that I got on Amazon. I will link as much as I can in the description box below, but as many of you may know, the Archer and Olive spring collection sold out very quickly, so some of these items may not be available. I had planned on doing a haul video of everything I purchased, but since most of it is sold out, I wasn't sure if you guys would even be interested in seeing it. Let me know in the comments below if you still want to see everything that I got. Anyway, back to the spread. This is my cover page and I'm just creating a collage of things that go together. I'm trying to work on my brush lettering skills, so I wrote April on some sticker paper and tried to do a gradient and highlighted it with my white Uniball Signo gel pen. I added some of the stickers from the fairy set. For some reason, I had a hard time placing them. I kept adding them and taking them away. They just did not quite look right, and I still wasn't happy with them, so I switched gears and moved over to the left side of the spread where my currently page is going to be. I took some scrap craft paper and cut out boxes for where I will write in the books, TV, and music I consume in April. I used to always have a small space every month for this stuff, but for some reason I stopped doing it. I think it was mainly because I was trying to cut back on how much TV I was watching. I've done really well with that, but I missed having this page, so I added it back in. I used a Crayola marker from the Colors of the World collection to make a grid pattern in the background. I love this collection. I see myself using it a lot. Once that was done, I cut out a banner from some scrap bullet journal paper to use as my currently header. I've been trying to add in some of the elements from my first bullet journal back in 2017 and 2018, like this banner header, because these were some of my favorite things about bullet journaling. The unique headers and font styles is what made me want to start in the first place. So once that was done, I used some circle washi stickers from Amazon and a acrylograph pen to label the boxes. I added some washi tape, took off some of those stickers, added some sparkles, and one more sticker to the currently page, and this spread was finally done. And that is my cover page. Now we've come to the hardest working spread in this whole setup, my calendar, content, dinner, and master to-do spread. I'm coming to the end of this journal, so I had to combine a lot of spreads to fill everything in. It was a challenge, but I actually really like having all of this in one layout. I did 2 small calendars instead of 1 big one for 2 reasons. I knew I needed to add in a flip page for my dinners and master to-do list, and I also wanted to keep my content planner separate from my family planner. So I basically mirrored these pages by using more scrap craft paper for the calendars and a cloud photo. I'm using my clean color dot pen for the lines on the calendars to keep up with the blue theme. I used another clean color dot pen for the dots behind the numbers to tie in the peachy colors from the stickers and the washi tape. I didn't want to do another full page grid behind the calendars, so I did sort of a broken grid, and I'm really happy with it. I cut squares out of a Post-it from Amazon and used them as the days of the week. I used a glue stick and tweezers because the squares are so small, and that worked out perfectly. Again, I went kind of old school with the flag style headers for April and content. When I was planning this page, I forgot to account for the washi tape that would need to attach the flip page. So I had to improvise and cut around the calendar. It doesn't look the greatest, but it's definitely not the biggest mistake I made in my bullet journal this month. The front of the flip page is where I will put my plans for family dinners, and the back will be my master to-do list. I took those same Post-it notes and created a little tab so that I could add in the titles for this flip page. It's so interesting to me how markers react differently to this craft paper. That Crayola marker all but disappears once it's dry. It's so funny. I'm just adding some washi and sparkles as decorations, as well as a botanical sticker to the to-do list because it was looking a little bit blank, and this spread will be finished. This next spread is my habit and mood trackers. This one turned out much more bold than the other spreads because of the washi tape I used, but it's actually one of my favorites, so I'm good with that. I started off with a full page grid because I'm using small craft paper calendars for my habits, and I wanted it to look almost like the calendars were hanging from the grid board, kind of like on a wall. I'm going with giant brush lettering for my headers, and again, they aren't perfect, but I love how graphic they look once I cut them out and attach them to the page. If you watch my reading journal videos, you know I use a ton of sticker paper to print out book covers, so I have a bin full of the scraps. So I used that to write these headers, and I love it. It creates a lot less bulk than cardstock or journal paper, and you don't need tape or glue. The sticker paper is really smooth too, so the markers just kind of glide right across it. I have to say, this is the most I've used these tiny little scissors, and as adorable as they are and as sharp as they are, I don't like them. The tiny little handles like you can kind of see the way that I'm holding the scissors, it killed my thumb. And maybe I'm just, I don't know, too hard on my scissors. I don't know, but I did not like them. I need to see if I can find some more precision scissors somewhere with much larger handles. So this navy washi tape that I used is from the Fairy collection from Archer and Olive, and I love it so much. It is so pretty, but it was so hard for me to use because it's so much darker than the rest of the collection. I kept it on this page because it's just so pretty, but I didn't end up using it anywhere else. I tried, I put it down and took it off and put it down and took it off, but in the end, this is the only spread I used it on. I hope to be able to use it again in the future. Probably my reading journal, since most of the spreads in that end up being a little bit darker anyways. I'm not real sure why. I'm just kind of randomly laying down stickers all over the spread. I'm trying to be a bit more forgiving of my spreads and not so rigid when it comes to decorating. Looking back through some of my old journals, I definitely have a pattern that I don't even realize I do, like putting things down in certain corners and only those certain corners. So this month I challenged myself to just create and not think too much. And I had a lot of fun creating these layouts. These next two spreads are my least favorite. By this point, I was about 2.5 hours in on recording and I was tired and hungry, but I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep going. So I ended up making a lot of mistakes and the overall designs were actually completely different from what I had planned. If I had had more pages left in my journal, I probably would have glued all of these pages together and just started over. Not the ones before this, but this one and the next one. Yeah, I don't love the way they turned out, but it's only for a month. Anyways, this is my bills and notes spread. I added the same grid to most of the page, but put a craft paper divider to kind of mimic a pin board and put small cloud photos all along it. I added some washi tape from Simply Gilded using tweezers. Y'all, these tweezers came in so handy. Some of those Archer and Olive stickers were so small that my fingers got in the way when I was placing them down. So that's where I really messed up. I forgot to leave a blank space for my bills and I drew the grid right where it was supposed to be. I thought that it might be okay to just write over it, but I really hated the way it looked. You can see that I came back and covered it up with scrap paper and it looks a little bit better. So now we are at my gratitude spread, which is usually my favorite spread, but I think I just used too many markers to do the boxes. It's very busy and not really what I was going for. Since I was so unhappy with the boxes, I had a hard time with the collage. My original plan was to use a craft paper header, but it looked funny with all the boxes. So I scrapped that and used a speech bubble and a fairy sticker, and I actually really like how it turned out. If I could go back, I would do all the boxes in the beige Crayola marker. I think that would have looked really nice, especially once the boxes are all filled in with different fonts. I think it would have looked really nice. Now we are at the final spread. This is another one that started out one way but changed completely by the end. This is my cleaning spread. I didn't fill this out on camera because I actually need to change some things up in my cleaning routine. I've been trying to focus more on my YouTube channel, so my time to clean has kind of changed a bit. So I'm hopefully going to work on changing up my schedule this month. Again, I wanted to use this fairy washi, but it was just so dark, so I ended up changing it in the end. The opposite page was actually supposed to be a quote page, but I couldn't find anything that was really inspiring to me, so I just used this as a chance to create just a collage. This is probably my favorite spread, so I'm actually really glad I did this. I may do this sort of free creative thinking spread every month. When I was creating this spread, I really just wanted to kind of have fun with all these stickers, and so I created a little shelf for the little potion bottles out of washi tape, and I think that turned out super cute. But I just wanted to add in a ton of these stickers, so I layered some of them with the botanicals behind the florals, added a ton of sparkles to this page, and this is, like I said, this is probably my favorite spread. Alright, so that is it for this video. Please like and subscribe to see more videos like this, and I hope to see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!